Let's talk about a problem that most fleet managers face. Assets scattered across multiple locations, and trying to track their life cycle is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Not a good idea. A truck that started in Dallas is somehow in Detroit, and getting maintenance history feels like you're opening up cold case files. You're supposed to be a fleet manager, not playing detective. That's Ice-T's job. So today, let's fix that. I've written down 5 actionable wins you can implement right now to gain control of your assets and your life cycle, even if your vehicles are spread all over the place. Number 1, create an asset census. Yes, all of them. First things first, you can't imagine what you don't know exists. This week, not next quarter, do an actual count. Not the number that you think you might have, not what the spreadsheet from 2023 says, what actually sits in your lots. The job sites, those ones, that ones, these ones, even the mysterious ones that have been parked on the anthill, the lot 2 doors over. Those ones. Here's your action item. Send one person to each location with a phone. Have them photograph every asset's VIN number, current odometer, and general vehicle condition. Create one master list with 3 columns: asset ID, current location, and last known service date. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. You'd be amazed at how many times I've heard stories of fleet managers that discover that they've been tracking vehicles they have sold 2 years ago, or finding equipment that they've been renting they own duplicates of. Establish a passport documentation. Every asset needs what I call a passport, a single document that travels with it. Ideally, that's virtually, not a receipt collection in the glove box, because that's where the napkins go, because you can't manage what you can't see. Your passport needs exactly 5 things: acquisition date and cost, every location it's been assigned to, major repairs over $1,000. You can make up your own limit, just something that's notable. Current odometer or hours, and next PM due date. When an asset moves from A to Z, its passport moves with it. New location updates the odometer and confirms the next PM date. Congrats, you just solved about 80% of your lifecycle visibility problems with a document that takes less than 5 minutes to create. Now, of course, I gotta say it. Fleetio software is designed to do exactly this. And it's dang good looking. I mean, come on, I'll take 2 of those with a side of chips. And it's way less legwork to maintain than a spreadsheet. But if you gotta start somewhere, again, progress, not perfection. Number 3, pick your North Star metric. What do you care about seeing the most? Or maybe a better question is, what does your boss care about seeing the most, or their higher ups, that you can prove with metrics and maths? For Andy Ransan, utilization, CPM, and TCO are king.
Really, utilization is the starting point. Utilization equals CapEx, utilization equals cash. So we're looking to make sure that we're getting the best bang out of our buck for our assets. And with utilization tracking and Fleetio, cost per mile is another metric we'll be using as well to ensure that we're making decisions on life cycles on assets. We're able to identify total cost of ownership, look at the pain points, right? We can get down to the vendor level and really see if some of the repairs are costing a certain amount at X vendor, and then maybe look at Y.
You can track hundreds of things, but if you're trying to get in control quickly, pick one metric that tells you if an asset is worth keeping or you need to let it go. From the metrics that I've seen personally from Fleetio as a whole, people track cost per mile or hours if you're feeling fancy. The quick and dirty calculation is take all of your maintenance and repair costs for the last 12 months, add fuel, divide by miles or hours driven. Do this for every asset. Take the average, anything running 50% or higher than average goes on your watch list. Anything running 100% higher gets evaluated for replacement. And yeah, this isn't a perfect life cycle calculator analysis, but it does immediately show you which assets are eating your budget. You can get fancy with TCO calculations and all the metrics later, but right now you just need to understand which assets are bleeding your budget. Win number 4, institute transfer protocols. Moving assets between locations is where lifecycle tracking goes to die. The vehicle leaves location A in a decent shape and arrives at location B, and suddenly no one knows about the history of the vehicle. It's like the witness protection program for trucks. So, your new rule: no asset moves without these three things. Current odometer readings documented by both locations. Last three services documented and handed off. Any outstanding warranties, claims have to be identified. Email these three things to your location managers today. Not a policy manual, not a 40-page procedure. 3 bullet points, effective immediately. No vehicle transfers without these 3 things documented. Make it simple enough that people will actually want to do it. And number 5, start weekly triage meetings. But hey, most teams already have a weekly meeting and no one needs more on their plate. So if you already have a connection point with these people, add a 15-minute add-on, non-negotiable, to the existing meeting. You and whoever manages maintenance at each location to answer 3 questions. What assets are 30 days overdue for PM? What assets have repair costs exceeding 70% of their value this year? And which assets haven't moved in 30 days? That's your hit list for each week. The result is overdue PMs get scheduled, high cost assets get replacement or evaluations, and idle assets get redeployed or sold. This isn't a strategy meeting, it's a triage, and that's French for sorting it out, not surrender. Emergency medical attention. You're stopping the bleeding so you can think of strategy later. So the 30-day reality check. Here's what happens if you do these 5 things for the next 30 days. You'll discover assets you forgot you owned. You'll find maintenance black holes where money goes disappearing. You'll identify at least 3 vehicles that you should have replaced last year. And you'll prevent at least 1 major breakdown just by checking overdue PMs. More importantly, you'll have better nights knowing that when someone asks you, what's the status on truck 447? You'll actually have an answer that isn't, let me get back to you on that. Your next action item is pick one of these wins and do it tomorrow. Not next week, not after these quarterly meetings. How about let's just have a little pause right now, do it. And if you're overwhelmed, start with the census. You can't manage what you can't see. And if you're tired of surprises, start with the passport system. If you're bleeding money, calculate cost per mile for 10 of the most expensive assets. Just pick one and start. With these 5 wins, you'll start the foundation. Everything else, fancy analytics, preventative maintenance optimization, recycle replacement, all that comes later. Right now, control the chaos. Drop a comment and let me know what your next steps are or what you're taking action on. And if you got any horror stories, what is the internet for than to rant about those online to strangers? And sometimes it's just fun to hear them, now that they're over. And if somehow you made it through this whole video and you're not a fleet manager, don't keep these tips to yourself. Share this with the fleet manager who's still trying to keep track of vehicle histories with sticky notes. They might need some help too. We're all dialing it in 1 step at a time. Have a good one.